slides describing a white label solution and how you may benefit from it. If you have any question, please make a comment, and we will have a time for discussion at the end of the presentation. Just can we get some feedback from you that you hear me well in the chat, please? Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So hopefully everything is fine. And let's start. So the first and maybe obvious question, but I love to go through that first. Is let's ask ourselves: is white label solution good for me? And maybe what are the requirements or prerequisites needed that you really benefit from white label solution built on IOFrog platform? So the first point is you should have at least some experience with IOFrog platform already to be sure what you are buying and what you are going to use. We offer a 20-day free access in case you have your own connectivity, which is perfect for the partners and obviously for Sigfox operators that have their own connectivity. So yeah, please feel free. Sign up to the platform and put your hands on, get an experience to get a feeling, so you know what you are really buying. The second point is before you want to jump in and buy white label solution for us, test devices that you want to offer to your customers and make sure that they're available in radio zone for your country. Again, it can be obvious, but different manufacturers have different strategies. They may present that particular device is available for every zone, and then you find out that it's just a prototype, it's not available yet. So just make sure that you have a device that really fits the customer's needs. Before starting a white label solution, you should have some kind of business plan on how you want to sell hundreds, thousands of devices to your customers. What it means to have a business plan is, I mean, you should really understand what is your customer and what is the needs. Because with IoT, we all know that it's a popular stuff and people love to play with the gadgets. But then when you invest energy, then you may realize that your potential customers are not willing to spend on the particular gadget because it's fancy, it's it's nice, it's attractive, but at the end of the day, maybe they do not need it. And we, as a platform developer, we discuss literally hundreds of use cases with the customers that just didn't work. So analyze it. Always discuss all the risks related to technology, but also to benefits, to maybe some hidden costs, etc. So you have at least some starting business plan. But we make sure that the locations where you want to install Sigfox device is covered by Sigfox network. Again, this might be too obvious, but there are like different levels of coverage. People may have good signal outside, but your business case is built on using device inside or maybe even deep indoors. And in such case, there might be not a good signal. So make sure that the locations are well covered. And obviously, you should be ready to invest into building a valuable solution. I'm not talking only about money, but also time and your energy, people resources, because it's a kind of their business endeavor to undertake. So obviously there are risks behind that, right? So we try to aim at a white label solution for people that are already familiar with the platform, familiar with devices, understanding the coverage, understanding the limits of the network, and who have some business plan how to succeed at. And in such case, we are here for you to support you and to help you start with IoT-based solution as quickly as possible, and to limit investment just to start, right? Because in the past, maybe you have an experience that it required months and months to prepare something, to start something, to hire right people, etc. Today we have cloud solution, so it may be much faster to start for you. Go to next slide. When we approach a white label solution, we try to do it in such a way that you get many functionalities and many features in just 1 week, because the typical duration to set up a new white label solution takes about 1 week. And in that time, you get a support to up to date 45 different devices for from 23 manufacturers, including Simple Hardware is hosting this webinar. So it's like pretty large number of devices that we already added, tested, use. So you don't have to pay attention like how can I parse these bytes into some meaningful business message. This is already done. And then the main scope you get all these pink boxes. So from parsing, uplink messages, user authentication, multi-tenant access. We are building a user rights and roles into next release. You have ability to manage the full device lifecycle, do some device organization, see the history of messages. You can do downlink setup, see devices in a map, see tracing history, charts. You can export data to CSV file, do connectivity management, etc. And last but not least, the platform is not closed. So if you start with us, but if you have some very specific use case how to use the data outside of IOFrog, we are open to that. So you can use API access. You can send messages to third-party system using a REST API. So it's not closed. You are not locked in the platform, and it's very open, and you can build maybe your own use case specific solution on top of that. One of scenario how you can use solution is that you can feed some third-party application with the data from the platform. But if you are thinking about white label solution, this is probably not the case, because you want your customers to see that you have your own platform. And yeah, we have at this moment we are able to build it in just 1 week since you send us a purchase order. Which I believe is one of our advantages. And we get to some details on next slides. What is included and what possibilities you get with white label solution? So the point number one, probably too obvious, is that your solution will be running under your own URL. So it doesn't make, so it means that there will be no like IOFrog in URL, but we will forward all communication from the white label solution to your URL. So it may be running under your company domain name, for example, with your colors, with your logo, with your welcome text message, with the links to your documentation. Our goal is to build a white label solution in such a way that your end customers will not recognize that we are behind it, and they will completely think that it's your platform. We are able to do it in matter of days. We continuously add support for new devices. So you buy the white label solution just once, and whenever we add a new feature, whenever we add a support for a new device, you will benefit from it. And also, it applies to bug fixing. If we fix a bug for one customer, all customers benefit from that. There is an option, and I will talk about it a little bit later, that we can direct the payments from your customers to your bank account. At this moment, we use a PayPal gateway. In future releases, we plan to use other widely used international payment gateways like Stripe, for example. So there's an option that you will have your own white label solution. You market it to your customers. They will reach the site, buy subscription, and pay to you. And then we will just invoice you at the end of the month for number of devices that your customers registered in that month. All emails will go from your SMTP server, from your email address. So again, no trace to IOFrog here. There is a possibility that all devices will be registered to your account in the Sigfox backend. So especially if you represent a Sigfox operator, or if you have a direct contract with a Sigfox operator in your country, you can benefit from it 100%. And at the same time, we will automatize the process. So we will register devices against device type under your backend sigfox.com account. So you will transparently see all devices and all messages sent from devices to IOFrog platform in the backend. So it's super transparent for you. We can do a custom product naming. So for example, like if you go to IOFrog, you will see that we sell basic, plus, and ultra subscription. But your subscription can be called like super tracing subscription, whatever, and you can put your price that you want. So the customers will pay your price, and you pay to us only the price that we agree in the contract. So again, you can charge your customers whatever price you want. And this price is not linked to price between us in any means. We have WordPress for news and documentation and announcement. And we can also direct the news that are just interesting for your customers. So in some cases, your customers may see all news that we publish. So for example, all features, all new devices, or we can completely hide it. So your customers don't see any announcements from us. And then you have to define your own channel, how to publish news, announcements, and changes and new features to your customers, and you will completely handle the communication between you and your customers. There could be an online chat window based on your preferred chat engine or solution. We use Drift, but there are many nice solutions at the market now. So we can integrate it. And once you have your white label solution, there will be a online chat window, and you can directly chat with your customers. And we have no impact on that. We don't see any communication. It's completely directed between you and your customers. And many like detailed options, including, for example, that you don't want that your users can create their own account if they go to your website, because you just want to prepare everything for them. So you can do many tweaks and many detailed settings, like who will see what, etc. So you can probably imagine. So these are the key possibilities that are included in something that we call a standard package. And I will talk about pricing on some following slide. There are different strategies how money flows between us, you as a partner, and your end customers. Because as a partner, you will be somewhere in the middle. And up to now, we discovered four main strategies, four main approaches, how money flows between all of us. The approach number one I would describe here is something we call a full service. It's good for B2B, so business to business, and it works like following. First, you buy X number of coupons from us, so we will send you invoice. You pay, and we send you, for example, 100 coupons. Coupon is just a string. And from the time you can use the coupon in the payment process in our platform. So for your B2B customer, you sell him the full package. And the full package, I mean your consulting services, device, Sigfox connectivity, your support, platform access, like anything you include in the package, right? And you put a price that you want. And at the same time, so you sell it and you collect the money from the customer outside the platform using a bank account transfer, whatever, right? So you sell the package and you receive a full money directly from your customer. Once you have a money, or before, it's up to you. You create an account for this B2B customer. You register all devices for them. Set up all details, downlinks, rules, permissions, etc. And during the device onboarding process, you use a coupon. You use a coupon from us that you bought in the step number A, and we will register these devices against device type in your Sigfox backend account if you have your own account, or you can buy the connectivity from us. You hand over the account, devices, you do the training for the customer, and that's it. We can set up a white label platform in a way that I already mentioned that the customer maybe cannot sign up directly, so they have to recontact you. So you have to do it for him. You want to make sure that all devices are onboarded, are working, sending messages that are covered by connectivity. and we can also prevent the customer to register own devices. So they will completely rely on you, and you provide full service to your customer at the price you choose, and you pay to us only €6 per device per year or less, depending on the volume. So this is a full service scenario. Then it's more like an option than a new scenario is very similar to full service, but in case you have a large number of devices that you want to deliver your business client in one batch, then you can come to us and say, okay, guys from IOFrog, we need your help. Our customer wants to buy 1,000 devices from us, and to make sure that everything is ready and to prepare everything. So we can, so it would be like too much of hassle to use the coupons and register one device by one. So in such case, we just make a short, agreement, and we will do everything for you. Register devices, create accounts, so it will be ready for your B2B customer, right? So this is an option or scenario number 2. So scenario number 3 is that it's more for like B2C approach, B2C customers. Example could be that you are an insurance company and you want to offer your clients to benefit from simple leaks, for example, to be sure that there is no to prevent any leakages in the house. So you want to talk to many end clients, and using a coupon, doing a full service would be like too expensive for you. So in such case, you can sell device, you can sell the package at whatever price you want, and you provide and your end users, your clients, you provide them a coupon so they can sign up in the app by themselves, and they can use a coupon to register new device by themselves. You don't have it under full control, but if you have thousands of individual users and they want to register just one device, then maybe this could be the way to go for you. There is an option for the scenario. There is an option that we pre-import devices. So your customer will enter ID, and we pre-fill all the details, like what is the device type, what maybe if there is some default downlink that should be changed, or any default settings. So the customer just go very quickly through the registration wizard step by step. And they click yes, boom, and use the coupon at the last step, and it's done. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's more like fault tolerant approach to minimize any issue and to minimize too many contacts on your support line, for example. So that was scenario number 3. Strategy number 4, it's totally different. Strategy number 4 is that customer is completely independent on you. They just, you market your site, they approach it, create their own account, they register device, and they will do online payment. But this online payment, the money will go not to us, but it will go to your merchandise account. As mentioned before, we currently use PayPal, so you will need to create a PayPal account for this scenario. But the benefit is that you have a full control over the payments. You have a full control over devices that are registered under your Sigfox backend account. So like everything again is super transparent. And then the only task you have to do is to pay invoice that we issue to you at the end of the month for number of devices that your clients registered in that particular month, and we will apply the price per number of devices that your clients registered in total. More devices they register, less you pay to us, so you are benefiting on the volume. And again, there is an option to pre-import devices, especially if you cooperate with just a few manufacturers like Simple Hardware, for example. So you buy 1,000 devices from Simple Hardware, you send all details to us, we pre-import it, and when your customer enter ID, the system will already know that there is a Simple Pack Wi-Fi version 4.0 behind this ID, so they don't have to search what type they really want to register. And then they will have to verify the ownership with the last 3 characters from PAC code, and that's it. So they even don't have to enter full code. There's an option to use QR scanning. So for devices that have encoded ID and PAC code in QR code on the device, it's even more easier. User just scan the QR code on device, and the process is very, very straightforward. We try to make it as simple as possible. So this is strategy number 4. So we have these 4 options. Maybe in the future we get more, or there will be a mix, but most of our current customers fit into these 4 categories, and this is the way how they usually work with us. So 4 strategies. And next slide is interesting one about pricing. At this moment, the strategy is following. Valuable solution that we offer are available only for partners that already have 100 plus devices or are going to buy connectivity from us or platform access from us for 100 plus devices. The reason behind that is because we are approached by people that say, okay, it's fun, it's super nice, I want to have my own white labeled platform, I have 5 devices, I want to have it like a family portal because it's fun to have it, whatever reason, but there's no real business behind that. We wanted to sell white label at a price that is affordable. It does minimize the starting investment, but at the same time, we do that we want to do it for partners that really want to do business based on IoT, and they want to scale large. Because 1,000 euro, which is a price for a standard package to get a white label solution from us, just barely covers the cost on our side to do this. So for building a white label solution, for us, it means that we highly depend on your success. This is why we want to choose the partners, and we want to work with the partners that really have lots of energy, that want to invest into building IoT solution. Because the price it's set in such a way. There is always an option to buy a custom package. So if you need more tweaks, more adjustments that are currently available, then yeah, we are open to custom development, and we can discuss the price based on on your requirements. But the features I described before are included in this 1,000 euro standard package. So from your perspective, the minimum cost is 1,000 euro for white label solution, and at least a platform access for 100 plus devices. But you may be in a position that you already have these 100 position inside the platform, so you don't pay anything extra. So this is my pricing. If you decide to go, so what are the next steps? Contact us anytime at this email address, and please describe your business plan. We send you a template to fill in, to add the details, so you have some time to think about colors, logo, your domain name, all these settings. Send it to us. We send you a quotation. If you agree with that, you send us a purchase order. Very simple process, and we develop a white label solution. Again, we try to do it like within 1 week, but obviously we are still small company, so it depends how busy we are with other solution, with new releases, with other features that we are working on. So I cannot like promise it 100%, but this is what we try to do to satisfy you. And then we do testing, handover, and that's it. You start working on it. Again, we add a new feature, we fix a bug, we add a support for a new device, and everybody benefits. So this is like the key concept that is behind the white label solution now. We are continuously working on new releases because we are product-based company. We don't do much of custom development. If possible, we try to focus on the product, and it's like a child, and we try to make better and better and grow with the child. So what you can expect from next release, and most of these features will be available, I hope, in June. First, there will be batch organization for devices. Like if you have thousands of devices linked to one account, you will be able to organize it in tree-like structure. There will be more features that will be able to do a proper user access management. So for every user, for every client, you will be able to change, like can this client add a new device or delete device, or buy the credits, or extend the connectivity, or publish device, or share device, whatever. So we will do proper management. The next release, you will be able to do a tagging of devices. So if you have like many devices, you can put many tags to all your devices, and then to search by the tags, and work using the tags. There will be an option to send invitation to new users, which will be more convenient for some of you. So you have your own account, you have your devices, and then you want to invite business your clients to have an access to the group where you have these devices. So we send an email, and user just click on an email, finish the sign up, and the advantage is that the access rights will be already applied and set based on your invitation. We will deploy a powerful notification rule builder that will enable you using and/or logic you'll be able to use all data that are sent from device to build a notification rule. So you may build a specific combination, like if the temperature is this and device is at that place, then send an email or send an SMS, and you will be able to define your own template. So up to now, we send just standardized messages that we have designed, we have developed, but you will be able to change it. So for example, when you have a simple hardware simple pack button, and you want to send SOS message if somebody press the button or if there is a fire or whatever, then you may say, okay, when a user press the button, then send SOS message to multiple users, to multiple emails, multiple SMS numbers, which at this moment you cannot do. It is up to now. You have to you have an ability to send it just one email or one SMS number. So much more powerful notification rule builder. We all the changes that we are doing are supporting working and organization of thousands of devices that are linked to one account. So this is why we also come with moving settings like rules, forwarding to third-party services, setting public channels, and setting tags on the group level, which will provide many benefits if you have hundreds of devices. So you put these devices into one group, you set all these things just once, and all devices that are inside the group will follow these rules. So it will simplify the management in many ways. All right. And more or less, I think that's it. That's it. There are some examples that are using some companies, that some our partners that are using our white label solution. Like one of them is our partner from Croatia. They are selling GPS tracker on Sigfox connectivity, and they are switching GPS trackers on GSM network with the trackers on Sigfox connectivity, and they benefit from our solution that we built for them within 1 week. Another example that is benefiting from simple hardware devices is security agency from Slovak. They are adding devices to IoT devices to their security services. So people are not do not rely just on people that are going around the warehouse and checking if somebody enters it or if the fence is is all right. But also just adding smart IoT devices to maybe save the cost and provide additional value to the customer. They are using Simple Pack Wi-Fi, Simple Pack doors, Simple Leaks, but also other devices from other manufacturers to provide a complete set of service, right? And yeah, so www.secar.sk is the company that is using our platform. The white label solution is also used by several Sigfox operator. Sigfox France is using our white label solution for very important POC that they are launching with big customers. Switzerland is using our solution. Our partners in Slovak Republic, same. So we see a good demand, and it's more and more attractive. I believe one reason is the cost. Another reason is that we try to be efficient and as fast as possible, so we can deliver the solution in matter of days. And that's it. That's I think all I wanted to mention. Yeah, we spent 40 minutes together, and now there is a time for Q&A. So please feel free and open a chat window, and if you have any question, yeah, please. Okay, I see some of you are typing. How many using of iFrog platform versus other platform providers? I'm not sure if I got your question. There might be two points. Like one point is, if you mean like if customers are using our connectivity versus their own connectivity, most of white label partners use their own connectivity. If they are using, and how many people are using other platforms, I have no clue, to be honest. So I'm not sure if I answered your question. Okay, elaborate please a little more about the notification rule builder. Okay, at this moment, our notification rules are, I think, powerful but very simple. So at this moment, you can choose what event you want to notify via what channel. So one example, you received an press button message from SimplePack, and you can define that if this device send this press button message, then notify this user via email or via SMS or send it to mobile phone. Another example that you can manage now is device send an information, then the door is open. So we send a notification, the door is open. It's a super simple, super convenient. If device like a SimplePack allows you to set the temperature thresholds, then, and if this threshold is reached, device sends a message that threshold is reached, then we can notify you that the threshold was reached. But, and now I switch to new rule builder. If device doesn't allow you to set up a threshold for the temperature, for humidity, CO2, whatever you measure, then it's such case up to now you were not able to set the rule, to define the rule in iFrog that if the temperature is between this and that, send an email, and this will be allowed. This will be enabled by a new notification rule where you will be able to use Boolean logic. That's why I mentioned this AND or operators, and combine data sent from device into one rule. So you will be able, if device sends a temperature and if device sends CO2, for example, then you can define the rule that if CO2 is below 500 ppm and the temperature is between this range, then send a message, and the message will include this text. That's it. So you will be able to combine it. So I hope I answered your question. Can I have subgroups? At this moment, the ownership works in such a way that you register devices to your own account. Let's call it admin account. So you have an access to all devices that are under your account. Then you create accounts for your customers. And you say, okay, I want to share these 5 devices that are on my account, so I'm an owner of these accounts, I will share them with this particular users. For another batch of 10 devices, you want to share them with different users. So again, up to now, it satisfies most of the customers, but the new feature will enable you to create a hierarchy, the tree-like hierarchy. So you will be able, with a new release, you will be able to create a subgroup, assign users to this subgroup with a special user rights you choose, and then you assign the devices to this subgroup. So for example, if you have a B2B customer A, let's say you sell it to DHL, then you will create a subgroup for DHL. You assign 1,000 devices under this group, and you say these 5 people from DHL will have this kind of access to this subgroup. So we will be able to do that with a new release. Another question. From bank that the IOFOC is not so customer friendly, please try it. I mean, people have different expectations from the platform. I'm not saying that our platform will fit every expectation and will fit, all the needs. Definitely not. If you have any suggestion how to, what can we make better, please, we are definitely open to any feedback. And please try it. Like also we found in last 3 years that people have different technical skills and different expectations. So we have like engineers that would prefer to have something like MATLAB, right? So they can really write their own scripts, their own code. So they want to tweak everything. And then on the other side, you have moms at home that also want to benefit from IoT devices, and nothing against that. That's perfectly, that's great. That's great scenario. And but they have completely different expectations. They need completely different user interface, for example. What we try to do is that we implemented something we call user levels. So you can set the different user levels for different users. So for example, we have a user level which is named common user, and there are just minimum features available. And at the other side, the second extreme, there is a user level that we call integrator that can define REST forwarding messages from our database to different database using REST API services. And we understand that these are two different groups, and we will try to continue with this approach. So there will be different different user levels, different personas that can approach the platform, and they will have different set of functionalities available. But please contact me anytime direct, and we can discuss this in a detail. For end users, one more comment. If you are using our Android application, which I highly recommend, I think this is application that is targeted for casual users, right? They do not expect to do any settings. They want to have very simple app just to check the messages, check the current temperature, check the chart, etc. So this is why we develop a native Android app. Now we are improving iOS app, which is all we struggle with some resources. So the development on iOS app is slow. It's a bit of my nightmare, but we are finishing it finally now. So hope you will see a new iOS app soon that you can utilize. Customize subgroups of I guess subgroups of devices. Yeah, this will be available. They will be available with next release. Any other question? I see somebody is typing.
And for the time being, maybe I will thank you, David, for the presentation, for the webinar. I will thank the audience for staying with us so long, for such great questions. And there are two things before David can answer the other questions. There are two things: the recordings and the slides will be available after the presentation. I will send it with a follow-up email. And the second thing is that we are going to conclude our webinar series with this webinar. And unfortunately, the last webinar is going to be cancelled, but I will send all the follow-up information in the email, as I mentioned. So, yeah, David, please.
Okay, thank you. To last questions. It's for sure. If it's important to impress the customers that do not understand IoT concept, for sure I agree 100%. And we also see that our platform is changing, because at the beginning we had to approach people we call early adopters, right? Not the moms at home. So we were adding more technical features at the beginning to really satisfy these early adopters that are obviously more technical, love the gadgets, want to play with that, they want to see all details, do some downlink settings, etc. But I agree 100% that more mature the solution is, they have to be approachable for more common users that do not understand the IoT concept. They just want to buy a device, enter it somewhere in the most simplified way, and see the messages on a mobile app. I think for sure we are going toward this. At the same or on different side, you have B2B customers, and these B2B customers are at this moment more active, I would say, in this area, because they are calculating. They are not doing it for fun, but they want to see some real benefits from using IoT devices. So they are more strict, but at the same time they are more technical, and they expect to have open system which we offer, and to share messages to their backend system, and then to do some analytical BI stuff on top of our data, for example, right? So they are very different groups. We try to satisfy both of them. Web application is more designed for B2B, but also for B2C clients using these levels. And mobile applications are used more for B2C. So this is the way how to approach these common users. Which also reminds me another question that is here from one of you, is about mobile apps. There is an option to do white labeling of mobile apps as well, but at this moment we sell it as a custom package, and it's not in a standard. There are several reasons. One of the reason is that all applications that you publish to Apple Store have to be reviewed, inspected by by Apple people, so it's not really so not really easy, not straightforward, and we cannot guarantee it now, right? So this is something we sell we sell extra, and there is, even if we do white label white label mobile app, sorry, it requires some extra time and some extra effort to maintain it, so it's more expensive, and we can discuss it on one-to-one basis if you are interested in mobile apps as well. Yeah, well, welcome. Yeah, I think we used the full hour. So thank you everybody. Thank you, Natalie, for having me here. It was a pleasure. So
Thank you,
Natalie
David.
will,
Thank you,
yeah,
David,
Natalie will
for the
send you.
webinar. It was very nice having you
fine.
here.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. So. Okay, so yeah, Natalie will share the slides. There's direct contact on me. So yeah, if you have any question, if you are interested in more details, definitely contact me anytime. I will be happy to answer them, answer the questions. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you.